Hello, welcome, good evening to our broadcast today here from beautiful Germany. Welcome everybody on the call tonight, this evening. I know you guys are all from Facebook watching, which is really great. I'm just getting on my webinar now. As well, connecting that over here as we're getting started. So hello and welcome everybody who's coming on board or who's logging in at the moment on our webinar and our webcast presentation. My name is Claudia Eifert and I very much welcome everybody here to this great presentation tonight about gold, silver, and income producing assets. Great opportunity. I know some of you saw the email, the invite, which said gold up to 15,000. Well, let's talk about that and let's discuss why this email came out with this kind of a suggestion or price. Maybe speculation, maybe some truth to it, maybe something we could actually see in the somehow near future. We're going to discuss that a little bit. I'm going to quote some of course, Jim Rickards' insights to why he is actually saying this and what does he mean by that. And I hope you're going to have some pen and paper, that you're going to take some notes, because I believe it is always really, really important to learn and to grow. In fact, in the end of the day, this is what we want to achieve here with and through Utopian Global, to help you, to help people, ordinary people, make extraordinary wealth. This has been really the mission since day one. Myself, I have been involved with the company since 2008. Now, this is quite some time. Why did I get involved? Well, I got involved because I was working like most people, 2 jobs. And in the rat race, I was working really, really hard, trading my time, my labor, which I never get back, in this treadmill, building other people's dream, but not building my own dream. And so when I was represented to this, or presented, not represented, when I was presented to this opportunity, I had no understanding about this stuff, gold. I had no understanding about this stuff, silver. I didn't know. I didn't know what it meant in terms of course, our currency, which I trade my time for, and why, of course, the wealthy, why the rulers, why the, basically governments own precious metals. I didn't understand it, couldn't relate to it. Yes, I may have, from history, studied gold would buy you in cases freedom, of course, but I didn't really relate this to today's time, of course. And so once I did really understood this message and crossed this message, wow, this is amazing. I need to accumulate gold or silver. Well, I want to actually build a business where I could actually share my knowledge, which I'm gaining here, with other people, and where I could actually build another income streams besides the gold and silver through, of course, a great solid company with amazing people behind. So this was my way to get started with Utopian Global. Back then in 2008, it has changed my life very much. So from, of course, rat race to eventually getting, of course, after my first year, rid of my first job and then my second job, into financial freedom. So it's a journey. It was a journey. It was a journey of hard work. It was a journey of ups and downs. It was a journey of wealth building, and is a journey of wealth building. But would it have not been for the vehicle I was presented with, would it have not been for the leadership, the knowledge, the education I gained, well, I guess I wouldn't be here presenting to you today. So it's really great that I can do that for you, and I can give you some of what I have learned today. Now, I know you may expect to have the company founder today on the call, but he's not on the calls on Saturdays as long as he's in Dubai, and he's since a long time in Dubai, because this is then the time, his only time when he, let's say, gets a chance to eat, because still Dubai is locked down, and when you are in a hotel and there's no restaurants open, there's no expats anymore, there's basically literally everything is shut down. So this is his time there, and we're living in ordinary times and extraordinary times and unprecedented times. And so, yes, it's great. It's great to be here. It's great to be alive. And it's great to be able to have knowledge or access to knowledge most people actually have not. So with that, let's get started with the presentation of Utopian Global. Time to get in real assets, real income, real lifestyle. This is what we certainly are going to talk about. So I'm going to have to just quickly get 1 second that I see that it's live on Facebook. Bear with me. I just need to check my phone here before I get everything in order and actually see it, because sometimes when you use StreamYard, you don't see that. And then I'm going to get into the presentation. So is it showing? Yes, no. Let me just go ahead, see that here. If you can just type in if you are on StreamYard, if you see me, that would be great. All right, so you can. So fantastic. This is a good news then. Now let me go into the presentation of Utopian Global. Bear with me 1 second. Just gonna change my slides. Well, what are some of the challenges most people are actually facing today? No money, no savings, live paycheck to paycheck. In fact, many live right now because they get government help, because their company they worked in, their profession, whatever they have been doing because of COVID, they have been affected. And they are maybe right now being bailed out. Whatever this is. Other people, of course, we see high student loans. We see personal credit card debt very much going, of course, up. So yes, I'm going to see it. Okay. We see personal credit card debt, of course, going up and up and up. In fact, it has surpassed now 1 trillion. So let me just bear with me 1 second. I need to see if I actually see the audience view here. Yeah, okay, you see the audience view. This is great. Okay, so personal credit card debt has passed 1 trillion. What does it mean? What does it mean to you? Of course, most people are actually having struggles paying back that debt. And if they have their job not anymore available or their income not anymore available, and once the governments are going to stop supporting, well, what then? What's next? So another scenario, of course, is, and my slides are moving very slow today, artificial intelligence, is going to automate and eliminate 40% of the jobs within the next probably 15 years. Many of them are already being, of course, eliminated. Many of them are already being eliminated. And this is only going to move faster and faster and faster as more robots will take away our labor. And then, of course, we do also have here, for 85% of the people, they're actually unhappy. They are unfulfilled at work. They don't really like what they are doing. I was in this situation. So if you ever feel like you were meant for more, well, if presented with the right opportunity, what area in your life would you actually like to better? Would it be finances? Would it be time? Would it be lifestyle? Well, for me, it was all of them. See, the thing is, what is your financial game plan? If you have been laid off, if you think there is a chance you may get laid off, if you think, well, your industry where you're in has the potential that robotic labor will actually replace it, well, what are you going to do? Of course, you could get another job or just work more at your job, trade your time for money, or you could become self-employed. You could, earn more, but again, then you're going to have less time. Or you become a business owner and you own a system, this is what we teach you here, that works for you. See, there's 2 types of income. One is labor-based income and one is asset-based income. majority of the population, they have they have a labor-based income, meaning they're trading their time for a currency which is losing value. Most of the people do that. Very few people, in fact, only really 5%, the business owners and the investors, they have asset-based income. When you own a business, that is an asset. When you are an investor and, of course, you, let's say, invest in a company, stocks, shares, bonds, whatsoever, or income-producing assets, oil, gas, natural resources, commodities, you're an investor. So 5% of people, they are actually making 95% of the wealth, yet most people are on the other side. Most people, they're trading their time for something which is losing value. And that is not the smartest way. So what we show you here through Utopian Global is, okay, we don't say, get rid of your job. We don't say, stop now working for yourself. No, we don't say that. We just say, what if there was an option that you can build your own business working from home? What if there was an option that you could actually become 4% of the people who have asset-based income, where money works for you? What if you had an option to become an investor? Again, where your own income-producing assets have money working for you. And this is what we're going to show you here through Utopian Global, because through Utopian Global, you now have the power to instantly build and grow wealth through an easy platform that protects everyone's future with a medium of exchange that really has stood the test of time, which is silver and gold, and a platform where you can earn residual rewards from income-producing assets, and a platform where you can get paid for something you do for free. So Utopian Global, the ecosystem, is all about safeguarding and growing your wealth by saving in precious metals, in physical precious metals, which you own, which you are not just the bearer, but you are actually the owner, and of course with the top #1 refinery in the world. None of them is US based, the refinery that is. And of course, where you can have access, if you're outside the United States, to store a crowdfunding platform, which invests in income-producing assets in the natural resource sector and renewable energy. And where you, of course, get education from top-level coaches to teach you how to build and grow your wealth. Again, for me, I very much studied, of course, our co-founders. This is Philip Judge. He's the co-founder of Utopian Global, together with Bill Rowell. He wrote a book, Stories from a Desk, The Bullion Banker. He actually owns a precious metals fund, but also a gold bullion bank since many years and more, but he only serving the wealthy. And he founded this company together with Bill Rowell. Why? Well, in order to help educate ordinary people, so they had a vehicle that they could actually then become and grow wealthy. So that's what we do. But we also have a vehicle for you. We have a platform for you, an e-commerce platform that you, if you wish, and this is only an option, if you wish to market our products and service and get paid for referring. This is the option I did take because I wanted to build my own business. I wanted to be my own boss. But again, this is an option. So Utopian Global, we are really driven to develop cutting-edge products and service in high-demand markets and capitalize on current global economic trends and future emerging markets and trends. So the industry we are in is, of course, as you can see here, sum it up, $1 trillion industry, and you have access to that. Now, gold has outperformed all major fiat currencies over time. Most people don't understand gold. In fact, bankers don't understand gold. In fact, lots of financial experts have no clue about gold. They just don't learn that. It's not being taught anymore, unfortunately. But gold is, of course, really great, and especially in terms of inflation. So right now we are not in inflation. Right now we are in a depression. We are in a deflation. That's what we're having right now. People are saving money. That means they are hoarding money. They're saving. They're not spending it. We haven't got any velocity of money. So we are living under a debt-based system. it's all about based on debt. So we're creating continuously more debt. I mean, just $5 trillion was being added to the US economy. Why? Well, because obviously for bailouts. So we are now having a debt ratio to, of course, the economic growth, GDP, which is, staggering. It in healthy terms, it could be 30%. And I believe our German chancellor, she says, well, if it's 60%, it's very worrisome. But many countries, even France, of course, even Italy, Spain, they're already over 60% in the debt to GDP ratio. But America is now going towards 100%. That's mean they have way more debt than, of course, they're ever gonna produce. So how can you keep this going on? How can you? I don't know. This is people don't really grasp that. Well, if you don't produce and you have so much debt, how are you going to pay this debt back? You see, and this is why, of course, we're going to see, and I'm going to go dig deeper into that. We could see prices such as $15,000 for gold. We could see prices such as $100, $300, even $1,000 for silver. So when you just look at the gold price performance to the US dollar in 20 years, what we see here, gold has outperformed, of course, the US dollar 611%. That means if you trade your time for US dollar and you actually save it in the bank in US dollars, and the bank is giving you what, 1%, 2%, maybe 3%, don't think anymore, you have no chance. You continuously keep losing. See, that's not the smartest way. And so when you just look at an average home price in 71, it cost you in the United States $25,000. Today, it costs around $280,000. Well, compared in ounces of gold, an ounce is 31 grams, 1971, it was 720 ounces of gold. Well, today, it's only 143 ounces of gold, because gold price is now 1,970 something, right? So we are already at all-time highs. So 143 ounces now, but for a house price, which is way more in dollar terms. So you see, this is the problem which so many people do not understand, and that's why they don't get gold. Very few people get gold, yet gold is the foundation of every wealthy person, of the billionaires, of big hedge fund managers, of governments. Why do they have gold? Well, because the gold protects you from inflation through its confiscation. So, United Kingdom, same deal. We see here 6,000 pounds, 71, a house. Today, 247, average house, 247,000. Well, 71, 375 ounces of gold, and today 164 ounces of gold would buy you one house. So if you had saved in gold, of course you would be well off today. So why gold? And I'm going to talk a little bit further about that, because I really want to quote Jim Rickards, because Jim Rickards is very much part of the wealth education and foundation which we are giving here. And you see here Philip Judge, of course, co-founder of Utopian Global here, and he has a precious metals fund, gold precious metals fund. And of course, Jim Rickards, he's one of the most renowned authors and written so many books about currency wars, about gold, of course, is money, about Aftermath, about Raven. Now just wrote another book. It's just coming out. You can get it actually, I believe, on Kindle already, on Amazon. So really talking about, well, what's going to happen and how you can prepare. So you see, we're on Wall Street some pretty heavy people in here. And as Jim Rickards says here, who create wealth through ingenuity, entrepreneurship, and hard work. Gold standards are disfavored by those who do not create wealth, but instead seek to extract wealth from others through inflation, inside information, and market manipulation. Profound statement. Silver, well, the same deal here. Silver has outperformed all major currencies over time, the same deal. But of course, silver also is bridging your wealth with sound money and hedging against inflation and industrial usage. So silver is very much undervalued. In fact, the ratio gold to silver is very much out of sync right now. And so what does it mean? Well, silver hasn't performed the same like gold has performed. And so therefore the upside potential, of course, for silver is very, very much higher. It hasn't yet reached its all-time high, whilst gold has. So that means, of course, silver is just at $23, $24. The all-time high was $49 back in 2011. And of course, just by going back to the all-time high, which it should, because it normally goes in pair with gold, you already double your money. But again, this is speculation. And we always see gold and silver as a foundation. We don't see it as a speculation. So I just want to make you aware with it. Yes, I might personally save very much in gold and silver. Right now, probably a little bit more heavier in silver as well. Why? Because silver, renewable industry. You want to have no oil anymore. Basically, you want to do all battery-based. Well, what is battery-based? It's a lot of silver and rare minerals in there, right? Renewables, solar panels. What's in solar panels? Lots of silver. Phones, cell phones, smartphones, computers, silver. COVID-19, medical mask. What is in there? Silver. So it's a colloidal mineral as well. So huge upside potentials. And what we have here, of course, is very simple. We have a new way to own gold and silver. So we integrate physical gold, because it's physical there. When you buy gold, it is physical there, into the digital world. That means we don't need to ship it if you don't want it to have shipped. Because when you don't ship it, means you don't convert it into a bar. You have it sitting in a big bar, means you're saving money because you don't need to pay the shipping cost. You don't need to pay the conversion cost, but you have it there in the most secure vault in the world, which is, of course, in Switzerland, within Loomis, where the good people, the bad people, and everybody basically has their art, diamonds, and of course, gold and silver. This is in Switzerland, 500 years not been under any attack. And we only work with LBMA good delivery, of course, and with LBMA storage facility. So we don't work with nothing else or nothing less. Why? Well, because this is a chain of integrity, which is really important to us. So that your gold, when you buy it, it is actually there. Now understand, if you wish it to have it shipped, that's possible. No worries. Of course, to the countries we can ship, or FedEx does ship, but then you need to convert it, of course, and then you need to pay that conversion fee and you need to pay the shipping fee. So in order to have lowest prices, well, we offer our affiliates 3% wholesale and 8% for our customers. So that's why we say you can enjoy our lowest gold and silver prices, because our affordable fees mean that we sell gold at the lowest prices. And we have a simple platform. Anytime you wish to sell back, you push a button, you sell it back. No worries, no question asked. In fact, even if you have it shipped, you can ship it back to us. Of course, you have to pay for the shipment, and then the refinery will melt it down, and then he will give you the meltdown value. So easy platform, 24/7 access, easy liquidation, LBMA good delivery, secure private LBM vaulting, and so on. So as you see, because you deserve free, transparent, and unlimited access to your assets, we are an amazing platform for those people who say, I want to get my gold or silver at the best prices. I understand, I want to do something. I don't want to just save in paper currency. I want to actually have something stored aside, just like the wealthy do. And then, of course, this is the company. You can do that. We are doing this since 2008. Then, of course, our other product, which we do have, is investing in resources that power the world. So Store is an equity platform, not available in the United States, where we crowdfund money, and that money is then employed to purchase assets, different assets in the natural resource sector and renewable energy. So the Store equity platform, very simple, explained, Utopian Global, the marketing arm, the network generates income, Store then acquires the assets then are sold to the market, and they generate in revenue. And currently, the asset we're having is generating a revenue of approximately 20% per annum. That is the Texas Oil Raccoon Bend field in Texas. And this has a proven reserve for another 25 plus years in there. So 1st of August last year, we bought it. Till yesterday, we did the reinvestment, meaning first year of reinvesting. That means drilling more. That money was then assigned to drill more, assigned to repair old wells, and basically to enhance the field. That's what you do. When you take over a company, when you take over any company, it doesn't matter. You always, first off, you got to, of course, make things better. You got to improve them. You have to, if you take a hotel over, well, what do? Well, you probably invest something that you get either a better look, more seatings, a better kitchen, or whatever. So this is the same here, same deal. Exactly. We did that. And on Tuesday, we're going to have a webinar specific only about this Texas Raccoon Bend. So I'm not going to go talk anything about that right now, but about those distributions now, which are going to be redirected, of course, to the people who actually own part of that asset. Really, really great stuff. So any questions you have about that now, you can ask these questions on Tuesday, because we're going to have a special webinar. It was supposed to be Thursday, but COVID schedule of Ryan Messer that unfortunately changed the plan. So Store crowdfunding platform, we started with intellectual property with the team, but with no funds and no assets. We raised funds, assets were purchased, and now we're starting to see the fruits of our labor. And of course, with that, it's a long-term project where we intend, of course, to buy more and more and more assets so that eventually we launch on an exchange. That is, of course, all in the pipeline, all in the plan for Store. Great project. And I know your Americans friends would get involved. Unfortunately, we cannot, but you're going to have a great product as well coming soon. Company founder is Bill Rowell, Australian citizen, and actually here in the #1 refinery, him there standing, holding on to a big gold bar, as you see. That's photo taken some years ago. And the Store team, you see here Ryan Messer. He is the CEO and founder. Randall Addington is the founder and the director of Midstream. And you have, of course, Philip Judge, who is the co-founder of Utopian Global, so many years ago back then under the name of Joseph Wealth Systems. He is the mineral mining and metals advisor. And you see here Alan Killen, Brad Mitchell Hoffman, Jared Rose as well, part of the team, and of course many others. So if you say, well, this looks good, I like that, I want to get started with my gold or silver savings, I want to get started with Store. Well, how can you start? Most people start as a customer. Pretty simple. You buy your gold or your silver, or you buy your Store. And well, gold and silver, again, it's a hedge against inflation. It's an insurance policy. This is what it is there for, meant to. But of course, you can sell out anytime and then withdraw your cash. No questions asked. Store, of course, you want to benefit from the income producing assets. Now, or you choose to become your own boss. This is what I did. And it's that simple that we provide you an e-commerce marketing platform, and you simply do the sharing. You anyway share stuff all day long. You share your photos on Instagram, on Facebook, you're on TikTok, you're on this and that. You're continuously wearing your Nike shoes or your Adidas shoes or whatsoever. So you're actually making brand awareness for other companies. Well, why not doing it for us and actually getting revenues by, of course, when people buy from you. So as Bill Gates says here, if your business is not on the internet, then you will be out of business. And again, we don't go into politics or whatsoever, like Bill Gates, don't like Bill Gates. The quote is great. That's about it. The quote is great. If your business is not on the internet, then you will be out of business. We have realized that. Many people have realized that with the lockdown, and there are still many countries which are under lockdown. What are they doing? Well, many of them are looking into home-based business. In fact, the home-based business industry is going through the roof. Why? Well, because people are looking for alternatives. And of course, as Robert Kiyosaki said very well, see, the richest people in the world, they build networks they build and grow networks. Everyone else is trained to look for work. Through, of course, building networks, you can very simple participate in our program to share and earn and get financial rewards. Very simple, for a low brand ambassador business ownership, so that you can promote our brand. You have your entry package, which starts as low as 99 euros. You own a international business where everything is done for you. All you do is sharing the products and services. And you be on a 50 euro monthly asset accumulation plan. So on a monthly basis, you accumulate assets. If you're in the US, gold and silver, each and every month. You do that. Can stop anytime. So you can stop at any time you wish. But that's what you accumulate. In Europe or in the other parts of the world, you accumulate assets such as in Raccoon Land. So you get actually stored in your 50 euro monthly. But step one, pretty simple. You become a brand ambassador affiliate. You commit to a 50 euro monthly plan. Again, you can stop at any time. And every time somebody purchases from your e-commerce shop, you make retail bonuses. Step two, you say, well, I want to also build a business with that. So you start sharing it, and you're also sharing it with business builders, and then you can unlock more commissions. Or you, of course, step up and go to step three, become a pro business builder, and you're going to get rewarded from all the customers, all the affiliates who are coming on board. This is what I eventually stepped up because I wanted to really build a huge business. I wanted to create financial freedom. I wanted to have a better lifestyle. I wanted to, eat from the right side of the menu instead of the left side of the menu. I wanted to, be my own boss. I wanted to wake up when I finish sleeping, not when they tell me. I wanted to make more money in the morning in my account than, of course, I left when I was going to bed. So you see, this is what you can do, of course, once, of course, you step up and actually become a pro business builder. In fact, lots of bonuses. And the great thing is, what I love so much is incentives, trips, cars, home, and more. Paid vacation. Who doesn't like paid vacation? I love to travel. Can't now, unfortunately. But I tell you what, as soon as this is open, as soon they let me go out again, I'm on my way traveling because this is what I love. So as an affiliate, very simple. You start with whatever package suits you. And you get, of course, the whole platform, the business in a box basically done for you. In the non-US market, all the packages contain as well store. And in the US market, all the packages also contain gold and silver. Then we have investors packages where most of the money is going just to the assets, either gold or silver or store. They start from 9,000 euros up to 1 million euro. Everything you need to help you succeed is here. Replicated website, state-of-the-art back office, marketing funnel system, video, multimedia tools, world-class coaching, training calls, events, experienced team, executive team, really, really key. You need to know who you get in bed with. You need to know who is behind the company, and obviously global business. So if you're here and actually looking to own a business, which actually costs you €1 or less a day, I mean, you have the opportunity, of course, to have ownership in real income producing assets, protect your wealth with gold or silver, have a savings plan, which is denominated in real assets, which never lose value, achieve infinite returns if you build a network, and of course have a global online marketing platform, earn residual income, and have people who are going to work for you even for free and with you, of course, and enjoy tax benefits in the different countries where you guys are in. So if you're here to pay off your debt, save money, change lives, create generational wealth, this is the company to get and to be with, to get in and to be with. Your time to build wealth with passive income starts today. Now, I have to do always a disclaimer at the end. So the Utopian Global Compensation Plan, the business building side of it, is an exciting opportunity. But of course, that depends how much hard work you put in. You go to work, you learn the skills, you're coachable, you are actually having customers who are purchasing from you, you're going to get paid. There's no question. If you never shared with nobody, but you join the business platform, Well, you're not making money from the business platform side. Yes, you're going to have your gold or silver. Yes, you're going to have your store. And of course, store is not licensed in the United States, and therefore, as a result, it not be offered, sold, or delivered there. And we have a 14 days money back guarantee. How great is this? We have a 14 days money back guarantee. So this is it. This is the presentation. I want to just touch a little bit on gold, on why gold, because I believe we are entering a very interesting time. We just hit, of course, gold, the high, the last, of course, high when it was the August high of 2011. We just hit that. So we're up now to new heights and probably going to see very soon $2,000. So I want to really go in a little bit and talk about this gold, why inflation, deflation, where are we in? And if you still can bear with me a few seconds, but I just need to quickly share or go to my StreamYard because there's something playing up. So if you just bear with me one moment, that would be actually great. So just one second. And then I'm going to also go and see if I see some questions. Sahir says, real assets, real income producing. Yes, great business. Fantastic. This is the most genuine business I've come across that really helps you build generational wealth. Thank you so much, Facebook. This is an exciting business opportunity. Thank you so much. Sean is saying hello. All right. So I'm just going to address a little bit those things here. And then I'm going to go very quickly and going to talk a little bit about gold and silver. I'm writing some great articles. So if you haven't checked them out, there's a group which is called the Real Wealth Group, the Make Wealth Real Group in Facebook. Great things in there, great insiders in there. So I believe you can all see me here. So just bear with me one more second. Yes? All right. Good. I believe you can now. All right. There you go. So I'm going to just quickly go here back. And yeah, right. Okay. So gold and silver. Why gold? 15,000 an ounce. This is less than an ounce. This is actually a collectible coin, really beautiful. It's 1 shekel weight, and it's 11.4 gram. We have this available as well in our back office. In fact, this one was done for the daughter of Martin Luther King. Wow. Yes, we did such collectibles. Fantastic. Now, we expect, and really I'm quoting here a lot Jim Rickards, we expect to have gold go much higher. We just talked about, of course, going up to $2,000 an ounce, which, of course, is just not far away right now, right? Because the all-time high, as I said, was in 2011. So at $2,000 an ounce, we, of course, would see the all-time high. Although, of course, that's a nominal high when you just adjust, of course, for inflation. So we still wouldn't be at the 1980 level, but of course we are getting there. But when we are talking about a $10,000 price, when we are talking about a $15,000 per ounce price, well, what's going to be the driver? What's going to drive it up to this price? And you see, the way Jim Rickards is actually explaining it is, if I gave you, okay, let's imagine this is 1 ounce of gold. It's not, it's less. But let's say if I gave you 1 ounce of gold and you put it into in your desk, in your drawer there, and you just go away for a year. And then you came back, you opened the drawer, but still would be 1 ounce of gold, right? It doesn't multiply. It doesn't turn into 2 ounces. It doesn't pay dividends. It doesn't pay interest. It is still 1 ounce of gold. But the dollar price could have doubled, could have gone from $1,700 to $3,400 an ounce. And that wouldn't even come as a big surprise. So you would say, well, I may made $1,700 in gold. I doubled my money. That's maybe what you say or thinking. Well, in dollar terms, you did. But here's what's really happened. The gold is still the gold. it's still 1 ounce of gold, isn't it? It hasn't changed. It's still 1 ounce of gold. So when we think about gold, and I learned it from Jim and also from Philip Judge. When we think about gold, I think as gold by weight. Okay, if it was 1 ounce of gold a year ago, it's 1 ounce of gold today. And I would say, well, that happened, or what actually happened was that the dollar went down. Now, the dollar has to depreciate to get to inflation. The dollar has to depreciate to get to inflation. And we said you should expect deflation. And for now, of course, right now we have a depression, and we should expect, of course, deflation. So, but how do we get to, of course, inflation? Okay. Well, first of all, we have to talk about all this debt which we are having and which we are piling up. We have a ratio, as I said, debt to GDP. Well, we are not producing much at the moment, right? We are producing much less, correct? So how do we get rid of the debt? The answer is inflation. So I just said we are going to experience deflation, which we are. But the solution is inflation. The solution is inflation, which is coming, but it's not coming yet. So how do we go from deflation to inflation? Well, central bankers, that's what Jim Rickards always says, central bankers, they don't understand how to do it. They don't have a clue. And, they have been trying to get inflation for the last 12 years, and they cannot do it, and they never hit the target anyway. So Jim said, borrowing money doesn't work, as once you get past this 90% debt to GDP ratio, borrowing more money does not produce more growth. It does not. It does not produce, it does maybe produce some growth, but not as much as you borrow, okay? So your debt to GDP ratio keeps getting worse. So if you cannot borrow your way out of it, and central banks don't know how to create inflation, and of course you have a bad psychology, low velocity of money. What does it mean, low velocity of money? People are not spending it. They're saving it. They're hoarding it. They're not going out as they used to. They're scared. They're careful. They're not doing it. They don't buy the big cars at the moment. They don't do the big shopping at the moment. They don't. I see it here in Germany. They are not. So yes, there are people in the streets. Yes, there are people shopping, but they are not doing the heavy things they did before. Their spending velocity is not as before. So low velocity of money. Everyone is hoarding cash. Then how do you get rid of debt? How do you get out of it? Well, as Jim says, there is one and only one way to cause inflation, and which is raise the dollar price to gold and the value the dollar against gold. This was done twice in the 20th century, and it worked both times. The first time was in 1933, when President, of course, Roosevelt devalued the dollar. When he came into office, gold was $20 an ounce, and he devalued the dollar and made it, of course, $35 an ounce. That was an instant increase of 75%. And this was in the midst of the greatest deflationary period in American history. Okay? Deflation, not inflation. Deflationary period in American history. But what went up? Well, the only thing which went up was gold. So he did it because he wanted everything else to go up. So the only thing, of course, which went up, but up yet, was gold. So nothing happens when there's a vacuum created. If you take the dollar price up of gold up to 50% or 75%, yeah, if you take that dollar price up, well, what do you think goes also up? Let's think about if you take the gold price up to just $5,000, where do you think the barrel of oil will be? The barrel of oil will be $400. There will be a $20, of course, pound for copper, or for the pound of copper, a $20 price. So the price of everything goes up. So the way to devalue the dollar and get inflation is not through currency wars. Now, devaluing the dollar against the euro doesn't do any good because then it devalues the euro. So all the currency are basically in the same boat as the dollar. The euros, the pounds, the yen, the Swiss francs, the Aussie dollars, and so on. Unless, of course, you are a currency trader, don't pay any attention to it because it doesn't really matter. Because you're not trading it against it. It just goes up and down with each other. So how do you, of course, devalue all currencies at the same time? How do you do that? If you're measuring in currencies, it's a mathematically impossibility. It's not possible. The one goes down, the other has to go up, right? Against each other, that is. So if you're measuring that, it's not possible. So how do we do it then? You see, again, if it is impossible against the currencies, well, then gold does not join the currency wars. And you can devalue all the currencies against gold. And that will give you then the inflation. And that will solve the problem. So the only solution against that is, of course, that gold doesn't join in that currency wars. Okay, so that means then, of course, if you're an investor, you got to be super careful, because who gets hurt when inflation is created? And inflation will come. Fixed income, they are going to be the big losers. Savers, going to be the big losers. Insurance policy, big losers. Annuity, public pensions, cash in the bank, really pretty much everyone is going to be a loser, except, of course, maybe other commodities, if you're holding other commodities. So this is a very tricky scenario. Now, cash is a good asset if it is in a deflationary period. Right now, it's a good asset to have. Okay, but also gold is also in a deflation, very good asset to hold. But so we are right now in this period of depression and deflation, going into further. But cash, and this is the point I'm making here, cash is not going to be good in inflation. It's not going to be good when inflation is coming, and it's coming. It's not going to be good in inflation. So that is the point we want to bring across, and this will be the driver. So when gold could see a 10K, when gold could see a 15K. Okay, now we're not saying this is going to happen. I don't think Jim Rickard is so wrong about that. I mean, almost everything which he said eventually came through. Of course, if you just study his books, I mean, pretty much everything. Yes, it takes me a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 or 5 more longer time, but eventually, it will come through. So I hope you got some value out of that. Just understand, gold is an insurance policy. It is a safe haven. Yes. For me, it is important as much, how much do I own in weight? How much weight do I actually own? That is what matters to me. I'm not a currency trader, nor do I want to become a currency trader. Correct? So I hope I got some value for you guys. I'm going to see if I have some questions coming here. We cannot see the bars. Okay, we cannot see the bars. Evelyn, I don't know what you mean by why you cannot see the bars, but I guess I don't understand it. You will later talk to me about that bars. I'm just going to go free from financial debt. Very important. Full confidence to invest with you. Well, very good. This is excellent. Everyone should see that. Absolutely. Everybody should see that. I know we're going to get Philip Judge, the author, and on a call very, very soon. This is Philip Judge, when he was really young, actually, there. So I don't know if you see him. This is Philip there, and actually, in fact, with Ryan Messer. So you see Ryan Messer, our CEO of Store. Here, when they were pretty much very young guys there. Sorry, here, like this. You see it? Yeah, there you go. We're going to have Philip Judge. Again, Jim Rickard sits on the board of Philip Judd's Precious Metals Fund. We're going to have Philip very soon coming on board talking about precious metals. And again, he's one governments asked to speak on the outlook of gold. He's one who's speaking on the Gold Council, the Gold Forum, UK, other places all over the world on the outlook of precious metals. So we're going to have him coming on board on a very, I think, next 2-3 weeks or so, very soon upcoming webinar, which is going to be great. I hope you're all going to join in because this is for the benefit for you. See, we are doing this for the benefit for you. You're getting great value information, but all information is useless if you don't take action. That's the point of it. All information is useless if you do not take action. You've got to take action with that. So with that, guys, thank you so much. And see, one more question. I cannot see the picture you are talking about earlier. Okay. I didn't have some picture up, so I didn't. Evelyn didn't have any pictures up. I was just talking. All right. So with that, thank you so much. I hope I see you on further presentations. Have a good Saturday and see many of you who are, of course, interested in store on our next Tuesday presentation and webinar. Thank you so much. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. And thanks everybody who is listening.